What's up, everyone? And welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something absolutely insane. I've seen so many of you asking for more creative ideas, more ways to make your life easier without spending a ton of money. So, I thought, why not go completely over the top? I've spent the last week gathering everything I could find to build the 10 most incredible, mind-blowing DIY projects and life hacks that you absolutely have to try in 2025. We're talking about turning literal trash into treasure and solving everyday problems with stuff you already have lying around your house. It's going to be epic. I promise you, these aren't just your average boring DIYs. We're going to transform your space, organize your life, and maybe even save you a bunch of cash along the way. I've challenged myself to make each project bigger and better than the last one. From a smartphone holder made out of garbage to creating your own custom wall art that looks like it came from a gallery, we are covering it all. I've put so much effort into finding the absolute best hacks, and I can't wait to show you what we've come up with. This is going to be one of our most ambitious videos ever, and you are not going to want to miss a single second. I'm going to show you every single step, every trick, and every secret to make these projects perfect. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and stick around until the very end, because the last hack is a game changer that will completely blow your mind. Let's get into it. Alright, for our first project, we are tackling a problem everyone has. Where do you put your phone? You could buy a stand for $20, or you could be a genius and make one for free. I found this old sturdy cardboard box and a couple of toilet paper rolls that were literally about to be thrown in the trash. Most people see garbage, but I see a high-tech custom phone holder. We are going to turn this pile of recycling into something you'll use every single day. The transformation is going to be unbelievable. First, I'm taking this cardboard box and cutting out a solid base. It needs to be super strong because nobody wants their expensive phone to take a tumble. I'm measuring it out perfectly to create a backrest. Now, here come the toilet paper rolls. I'm cutting one in half and gluing it to the front of the base. This little piece is the secret to holding your phone securely in place. It seems so simple, but the engineering here is next level. We're not just making a phone stand, we're creating a masterpiece of recycled engineering. Now that the basic structure is built, it looks like trash. But we're about to change that. I'm grabbing some paint. Let's go with a sleek matte black and covering the entire thing. Every inch, every corner. We need to make it look like something you'd buy from a store. While that's drying, I'm adding some small felt pads to the bottom. This is my pro tip. Adding these little pads will stop it from sliding around on your desk. It's a tiny detail that makes a huge difference in stability. Look at this. From a pile of garbage to a sleek, modern phone holder. Here's the before. Just a sad-looking cardboard box and some toilet paper rolls. And here is the after. A fully functional, super sturdy phone holder that cost literally $0 to make. It holds my phone perfectly, both vertically and horizontally. This is insane! We just saved you money and saved the planet. 1 down, 9 to go. This is just the beginning, folks. I can't believe how good this turned out. It's strong, it looks amazing, and it's proof that you don't need to spend money to have cool things. Think about how many cardboard boxes and toilet paper rolls you throw away. Each one is a potential masterpiece. We just took everyday items and turned them into something incredibly useful. The challenge is on, and we are just warming up. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, for all you plant lovers out there who, like me, sometimes forget to water your green friends. We are building a self-watering plant system that is so easy, it's practically cheating. I have this plant right here that's looking a little sad, and I have this empty plastic bottle. In just a few minutes, we're going to turn this bottle into a life support system for this plant, and it's going to thrive like never before. This is a life hack that will save your plants and your sanity. The first step is the most important. I'm taking this plastic bottle and carefully cutting it in half. You want a clean cut, so be super careful. Now we have 2 pieces. The top part with the spout is going to be our planter, and the bottom part will be the water reservoir. It's genius in its simplicity. We're literally using every single part of this bottle. No waste, maximum efficiency. That's what we're all about on this channel. Now, for the magic trick. I'm taking the top half of the bottle, flipping it upside down, and putting it inside the bottom half. But before I do that, I need to create a wick. I'm using a simple piece of thick cotton string. I'll feed it through the bottle's opening so that one end is in the soil with the plant and the other end dangles down into the water reservoir. This string will soak up the water and deliver it directly to the plant's roots. It's like a personal hydration system for your plant. It's time to assemble this thing. I'm putting the plant into the top part, making sure the wick is nicely settled in the soil. Then I'm filling the bottom reservoir with water. And here's a crucial tip. Choose a container that isn't clear, or paint it. Why? Because if light gets into the water reservoir, it can cause algae to grow, which you definitely don't want. I'm using this opaque bottle, so we're good to go. The plant now has its own water supply. Look at the difference. This plant will now get the perfect amount of water automatically for weeks at a time. No more overwatering, no more underwatering. This is the ultimate set it and forget it solution for anyone who wants to have beautiful plants without the constant stress. We just gave this plant a new lease on life with a plastic bottle. The power of DIY is incredible. Let's see what else we can build. Okay, this next one is for everyone who is living in a nightmare of tangled cables. Look at this mess behind my desk. It's a snake pit of chargers, USB cables, and power cords. It's impossible to find anything. Today, we declare war on this chaos, and we are going to win using nothing but empty toilet paper rolls and a shoebox. I am going to turn this disaster zone into a perfectly organized command center. This is going to be so satisfying. First, I'm gathering my secret weapons, a bunch of empty toilet paper rolls. Don't throw these out, they are organizational gold. I'm also taking a simple shoebox. The goal is to create individual compartments for each and every cord. No more tangles, no more guessing which cord belongs to which device. This is the ultimate solution, and it costs absolutely nothing. I'm so excited to see this mess disappear forever. I'm taking each cord, wrapping it up neatly, and sliding it into its own toilet paper roll. It's that simple. The roll keeps the cord from unraveling and turning into a tangled mess. Once all my cords are snug in their little cardboard homes, I'm arranging them inside the shoebox. They fit perfectly, standing upright. It's like a little apartment building for your cables. Everything is visible, and everything is accessible. But we can take this to the next level. Here's the pro tip that changes the game labeling. I'm taking a marker and writing on the top of each roll what the cord is for. iPhone charger, laptop power, camera cable. This tiny step saves you so much time and frustration. You'll never have to trace a cable back to its source again. It's pure organizational genius. You can even decorate the shoebox to make it look amazing. Now, for the moment of truth. Here is the before, a horrifying, spaghetti-like monster of cables. And here is the after. A clean, organized, and beautiful box where every single cord has its place. I can find what I need in seconds. This is one of the most satisfying transformations ever. We took literal garbage and used it to solve one of the most annoying problems of modern life. This is why I love DIY. Let's keep going. Everyone has an old t-shirt they don't wear anymore, right? Maybe it has a stain. Maybe it doesn't fit. Don't throw it away. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn this old, forgotten t-shirt into a super strong, reusable tote bag in less than 10 minutes. No sewing required. This is one of the most popular recycling hacks for a reason. It's easy, it's useful, and you're saving a piece of clothing from the landfill. This is going to be amazing. So I have this old shirt here. It's seen better days, but the fabric is still good. The first thing I'm going to do is lay it out flat and cut off the sleeves. These cuts will create the handles of our bag. Then, I'm going to cut off the collar. You want to make a wide neckline, as this will be the opening of your tote bag. It already looks more like a bag than a shirt. The transformation is happening right before our eyes. Now for the bottom of the bag. We need to close it up, but we're not using a needle and thread. Instead, I'm cutting a series of vertical strips along the bottom hem of the shirt through both layers of fabric. These strips should be about 1 inch wide and a few inches long. This is where the magic happens. We're going to tie these strips together to create a strong, durable seam. I'm taking the front and back strips and tying them together in a double knot, one by one, all the way across the bottom. This creates a cool-looking, fringed bottom, and more importantly, it securely closes the bag. And here's a tip for you. To make the handles extra strong, you can stretch them out a bit after cutting. This causes the cotton fabric to roll in on itself, creating a more rounded, rope-like handle that's more comfortable to hold and less likely to tear. And just like that, we're done. Look at this. In just a few minutes, this old, unloved t-shirt has been reborn as a stylish, practical, and eco-friendly tote bag. It's perfect for groceries, for the beach, for anything. We took something that was destined for the trash and gave it a brand new purpose. This is recycling at its best. How cool is that? We're on a roll, let's see what's next. Is your kitchen spice cabinet a complete disaster? Mine was. Jars everywhere. You can never find the one you need, and they take up so much space. It's chaos. So today we are building something from the future, a magnetic spice rack. We're going to get all these spices off the counter and onto the wall, freeing up valuable space and making your kitchen look like it belongs to a professional chef. This project is a total game changer. Here's what you need: some small jars, strong magnets, and a metal sheet. You can often find small metal sheets at a hardware store, or you can just use the side of your refrigerator like I am. That's right, we're turning the side of the fridge into a massive, organized spice wall. First step, I need to get these spices into new uniform containers. I found these awesome little jars that are perfect for this. I'm transferring all my spices from paprika to oregano into their new homes. Now for the science part. I'm taking these super strong neodymium magnets and some powerful glue. A little dab of glue on the lid of each jar, and then I press a magnet firmly in the center. You have to let the glue dry completely. This is super important because you don't want your spices falling and creating a mess. We're essentially turning every single spice jar into a giant refrigerator magnet. It's so simple but so effective. While the glue is setting, it's time for the ultimate organization tip: labeling. You absolutely have to label these jars. I'm using a label maker to create clean, easy-to-read labels for the bottom of each jar. This way, when they are all stuck to the fridge, I can look up and see exactly what's inside each one. No more guessing games. This is how you create a system that actually works. Okay, the glue is dry, the labels are on. It's time for the big reveal. Here's the before, a cluttered mess of mismatched spice jars taking up an entire cabinet. And now, the after. Look at this. All my spices, perfectly organized and displayed on the side of my fridge. It looks incredible, it saves so much space, and I can grab any spice I need in an instant. We just hacked our kitchen into the future. Everyone has that one drawer in their house. You know the one. The junk drawer. It's a black hole of random stuff. Pens, batteries, old keys, rubber bands. It's a complete disaster. Well, today we're not just organizing the junk drawer, we're revolutionizing it. I'm going to show you how to build a secret, hidden organizer that creates a second layer of storage, effectively doubling your space and hiding the clutter. This is next level organization. I've emptied out my junk drawer, and it's a sad sight. The first step is to take precise measurements of the inside of the drawer: the width, the length, and the depth. These measurements are critical. I'm going to use them to build a shallow, custom-fit tray that will sit on top of the existing drawer space. I'm using a thin piece of plywood for this, but even sturdy foam board or multiple layers of cardboard would work. I'm cutting the plywood to size to create the base of my hidden tray. Then, I'm cutting thin strips to act as the walls of the tray. I'm gluing them around the edges to create a shallow box. This tray needs to be shallow enough to leave plenty of space underneath it for the rest of the junk drawer items, but deep enough to hold all the things I use most often. It's all about custom fitting it to your needs. Now here's the secret to making it a true hidden organizer. I'm adding small wooden rails to the inside walls of the main drawer. The tray will slide on these rails, allowing me to move it back and forth to access the items stored underneath. And here's the pro tip for maximizing space: use small dividers within the top tray itself. I'm adding a few extra pieces of plywood to create small compartments for things like paper clips, keys, and loose change. This is organization within organization. It's time to put it all together. Here's the before, a chaotic, one-level mess where everything is lost. And now the after. I slide in my custom-built tray. On top, I have all my frequently used items perfectly organized. And when I slide the tray back, bam! A whole other level of storage underneath for the less used stuff. We literally built a secret compartment in our own drawer. This is how you conquer clutter for good. Why spend $30 on a fancy scented candle when you can just make one yourself for like a fraction of the price and totally customize the scent? Today, we're diving into the world of candle making. I'm going to show you how to create your own custom scented candle from scratch. We're talking about melting wax, mixing fragrances, and creating something that will make your entire room smell absolutely incredible. Seriously, this is one of the most rewarding DIY projects ever. First things first, we need our materials. I've got a bag of soy wax flakes, a wick, a cool-looking glass jar, and my essential oils for the scent. The first step is to melt the wax. So, I'm creating a double boiler by putting a metal pitcher with the wax flakes into a pot of simmering water. You gotta melt the wax slowly and gently. You can't rush perfection. While that's melting, I'm prepping my jar by securing the wick to the bottom center with a dab of hot glue. Once the wax is totally melted and looks like clear oil, it's time to let it cool down just a little bit before adding the fragrance. If you add the oils when the wax is too hot, it can burn them off and your candle won't smell as strong. I'm using a thermometer to check the temperature. This is a crucial step for getting that perfect, powerful scent throw that fills the whole room. Now for the best part, creating our custom scent. I'm going for a relaxing vibe, so I'm mixing lavender and chamomile essential oils. Here's a tip for all you aspiring scent masters. Start by adding a few drops of each oil, stir it gently, and smell it. You can totally build the scent profile layer by layer. I want a bit more lavender, so I'm adding a few more drops. This way, you create a fragrance that is perfectly balanced and unique to you. Once I'm happy with the scent, I'm carefully pouring the scented wax into my prepared jar, making sure the wick stays centered. Now comes the hardest part, waiting for it to cool and solidify completely. It takes a few hours, but trust me, the result is so worth it. Look at this beautiful handmade candle. It smells 1,000 times better than any store-bought one because I made it exactly how I wanted. Time to light it up and enjoy the amazing aroma. Let's go! Have you ever gotten a horrible, ugly scratch on your favorite piece of wooden furniture? It's the worst. It honestly feels like the piece is ruined forever. But what if I told you that you can fix minor scratches in seconds, using something you probably have in your kitchen right now? Today I'm going to show you a mind-blowing life hack to repair scratched wood using a simple walnut. Yes, a walnut. This is not a joke. Prepare to be amazed. So here's the problem. This beautiful wooden table has a noticeable light-colored scratch right on the surface. It's an eyesore. It's literally all I can see when I look at it. Professional repairs can be expensive and wood markers can be really hard to match, but we have a secret weapon. I'm taking a raw walnut, cracking it open, and I'm ready to perform some magic. The natural oils in the walnut are the key to this entire hack. I'm taking 1/2 of the walnut meat and rubbing it directly onto the scratch. I'm rubbing gently in the direction of the wood grain. The soft nut meat gets into the scratch, and the natural oils start to seep into the wood. You can literally see the scratch starting to darken and blend in with the surrounding wood. It's like the wood is drinking up the oil and healing itself. This is honestly one of the craziest things I have ever seen. After rubbing the walnut over the scratch for about a minute, I'm letting it sit for a few minutes to allow the oils to fully absorb. Then, I'm taking a soft, clean cloth and buffing the entire area. This helps to blend everything together and removes any excess oil or nut residue from the surface. The friction from buffing also helps to warm up the oil and make it penetrate even deeper into the wood. Now for the incredible reveal. Here is the before, a very obvious and ugly scratch. And here is the after. The scratch has virtually disappeared. It has been filled in and colored by the natural oils of the walnut, blending seamlessly with the rest of the table. Here's a pro tip. This works best on light to medium-toned wood. For darker wood, you can try a pecan or Brazil nut. We just fixed furniture with a snack. Unbelievable. Commercial air fresheners can be full of weird chemicals and overpowering artificial scents. Why spray that stuff around your house when you can make your own all-natural, amazing-smelling air freshener with just a few simple ingredients? Today, I'm going to show you how to create a simmer pot that will fill your entire home with a fresh, clean, and completely natural fragrance. Your house is about to smell like a 5-star spa. All you need for this is a pot, some water, and a few natural ingredients. I'm going for a super fresh and uplifting scent, so I'm using sliced lemons, a few sprigs of fresh rosemary, and a splash of vanilla extract. The combination of the bright citrus from the lemon and the earthy herbal notes of the rosemary is absolutely incredible. This is so much better than any chemical spray you can buy. The process is ridiculously easy. I'm just putting all my ingredients into a small saucepan. A couple of lemon slices, the rosemary sprigs, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Then I'm filling the pot about 3/4 full with water. That's it. The preparation takes less than a minute. This is the simplest and most effective way to make your home smell heavenly. Now, I'm putting the pot on the stove and bringing it to a gentle simmer over low heat. You don't want it to boil rapidly. You just want a slow, steady simmer. As the water heats up, it will release the aromatic oils from the lemon and rosemary, creating a fragrant steam that will travel throughout your entire house. The difference in the room's atmosphere is almost immediate. It goes from stale to spa-like in minutes. Here's a tip to make it last. As the water level gets low, just add more hot water to the pot. You can keep this simmer pot going for hours, and your house will smell amazing the entire time. You can experiment with different ingredients too, like oranges and cloves for a wintry scent, or mint and lime for a mojito vibe. We just made the best air freshener in the world, and it's 100% natural. Let's move on to our final epic project. For our final and most epic project, we are going to tackle that big, boring, empty wall that everyone has. You could spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a piece of art, or you could spend a few bucks on paint and tape and create your own stunning modern masterpiece. I'm going to show you how to use simple painter's tape to create a geometric wall art design that looks like it belongs in a high-end gallery. This is the ultimate DIY transformation. The first step is the most creative one, designing your pattern. I'm using high-quality painter's tape to create a series of intersecting lines and geometric shapes on this blank canvas. You can do anything you want here: triangles, squares, random abstract lines. The key is to press the tape down firmly to ensure you get super sharp, clean edges. This is the foundation of our entire artwork. I'm spending extra time making sure every piece of tape is perfectly sealed. Now that my geometric pattern is all taped out, it's time to add the color. I've chosen a few colors that work well together: a cool blue, a deep gray, and a bright white. I'm going to paint different sections with different colors. It's like a giant, custom paint by numbers that I designed myself. I'm applying 2 coats of each color to make sure the coverage is solid and vibrant. The canvas looks like a colorful, chaotic mess right now, but just wait. After the second coat of paint is on, but before it's completely dry, it's time for the most satisfying moment of any painting project: peeling off the tape. This is the moment of truth. And here's the most important tip for getting those perfect, clean lines. Pull the tape off at a 45-degree angle, pulling it back on itself slowly and steadily. This prevents the paint from peeling off with the tape and ensures your lines are razor sharp. The reveal is always the best part. As I peel away the last piece of tape, the design is revealed. Look at this: the sharp lines, the bold colors, the incredible geometric pattern. It looks like a professional piece of abstract art. Here's the before, just a plain, boring white canvas. And here is the after, a vibrant, modern, and completely unique piece of wall art that I made myself. This is the perfect way to make a huge impact on any room. What an incredible way to finish our 10 projects. And that is it. 10 insane DIY projects and life hacks that will completely upgrade your life in 2025. I cannot believe how well these all turned out. From the recycled phone holder to the custom wall art, we took everyday items and garbage and turned them into something incredible. I challenged myself to make this the most useful video on the internet, and I really hope you found some inspiration to get creative and start making things yourself. Which one of these projects was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed watching me turn trash into treasure, and you want to see more huge, ambitious projects like this, then do me a huge favor and destroy that like button. Make sure you share this video with a friend who needs some DIY inspiration in their life. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next crazy video we have planned. We're just getting started. Thank you all so much for watching and for all your support. It means the world to me. We have some even bigger ideas coming soon. I'm talking about challenges and builds that are going to blow your mind. You are not going to want to miss what's coming next. So stay tuned, stay creative, and I will see you in the next video.